Yes. Yeah, recalling what we have did in a last class. In the last class, as you have seen that the pending topic, especially persistence of data, that we have seen in a fourth unit, which is a pending topic. So we have discussed that how three types of data can be maintained in mobile apps, especially preferences. Taking a preferences data into the consideration, that we have seen how small data can be stored within a activity or in a class methods itself. And coming to the next thing, we can use the phone memory, both the internal and external memory of the phone we can use, and we can store a data in a form of files, and how to access that particular files, especially from an internal, usually default one will be in the internal memory always. So how to access that with an external SD card, so that we have seen how with a raw resource method, how we can take a resource file also into the consideration, that we have seen in a last class. And so that is the one method we have discussed. And another one is, if you want for your app any relational database, DBMS concepts, if you want, that means if you want to store the data in a form of a table, that's rows and columns, and you want to access the data through the queries and all. So we have discussed that we are going to use an SQLite. So which is a one particular package it will be there for an Android app. The SQLite you can have with your app only, and how to access that particular database, that we have seen that adapter, using an DB adapter, how it will become a bridge between your app and the database, to open a database or to create or to close, update, for all these particular things through the DB adapter we can do. And so we have discussed a lot about our SQLite in a last class. So these are all the things which we have did, and we have completed the fourth unit. Now we'll see any left out thing is there, especially in the fourth unit. If it is there, we'll complete that, and later on we'll move with the last unit. Just I'll share the entire screen now. Sorry. Right, so syllabus. Yeah, now back here. So you can see views and view groups in the unit 3. We have completed basic views, fragments. We have completed displaying the maps, means location wise. We have did that also, getting the location data, publishing for publishing and deploying an APK file, completed the third unit. Coming to next, Android messaging and networking, SMS messaging, we have did sending an email, networking, downloading the binary data, text files also, accessing a web services, we have completed, performing asynchronous calls. So create your own services we have did, and communicating between a service and an activity we have completed, binding activities to the services also we have completed with the persistence of an data. So that is also we have did here. Coming to the last unit, you can see here what's the syllabus we have to cover. FT, feedback and oscillator circuits, whatever is there. So within that, first we should discuss how an iOS development or iOS apps for an iOS phones, means iPhones and all, how you can create an apps, and how the Xcode components will be taken into the consideration with SDK, and how Xcode platform will be there, IDE, and how you can develop an apps for that using an iOS platform. So that we will discuss, and getting the tools you need for Windows Phone 7. So Windows Phone 7 operating system, for that you have to create a separate apps. So building day by app in Windows Phone 7, which we'll discuss. So the two things here is there in your syllabus. That is how an app development will be done in iOS and how an app development will be done in Windows Phone 7. So if we complete these two things, the module 5 will also be completed. Module 5, another way I can tell you, almost all it's a theoretical concepts is there in this particular thing. For this, now you have to go back to again the textbook number 1, and that is Jeff Rater and Scott Govell. So professional mobile applications development. We should go back, and there the last unit or a model where you have to study for especially this iOS and Phone 7. Now, the second textbook, that is beginning Android application development, has been completed for second, third, and fourth model. So now we have almost all stepping out from an Android environment, and we are seeing other environments as if how it is going to work. Now, at this particular stage, how you must be. I'm ready to develop an app in an Android. So you must be like that. In that particular outcome, we need actually from a model 2, 3, and 4. How you have to be now? What actually the objective of the 3 modules is this? I can develop in a small app. At least I can develop in a small app where I can use the different views according to my particular app design and different components I can have for my particular app, and then I can do a different fragments for an image viewer and all. So these things what I'm telling for a development of an Android app. Yes, I'm ready. I can have some 3 to 4 activities in my particular app where with pressing of a button or some particular scrolling like that, one can move from one intent to another particular intent. They can move. Yes, in my app, if I need to send an SMS to a particular person, yes, I can send. Even emails also I can send from one person to the another person, and the phone services, especially like accessing a camera and accessing some phone contacts and all I can do. Yes, we can do that, and even I can connect to any website and I can collect any data from that particular website also. As a web services, and I will create my own services, asynchronous call I can give, and I can connect even with the background services also, and I can bind that services to my particular app. And then finally, I can have my own database for my particular app, using an SQLite, or even I can store a data in some files also. And I know more about a containers also, that how I can retrieve data from a database and put it in a container and represent according to the need of a customer. So this is overall what the expected output from your side. Maybe according to me, due to the constraint of a syllabus or due to the time constraints and all, maybe practical things may not be shown. I have shown a different activities there. I can justify my activities like this, even though it's not there in a syllabus. We have gone with the activities of from starting how you can put components into different layouts, and how you can go with the button and all. If you press a button, so data whatever is there in a plain text can be displayed in a text view that we have did. You can have in your mind. For a fragmentation, we have did one particular image example also, that is converting the currency from rupees to the dollars, or dollars to the rupees. So whenever convert button you are going to press, how the image of dollars currency will be changed to the Indian currency, that we have seen. And coming to next, the intents also we have seen how we can move from one activity to another activity by pressing an button. So that activity also I have did. And finally have the last activity which we have did is sending an SMS with delivery notifications. And according to me, my thing, another one particular activity is left out. That is storing the data, for example, photo or whatever may be that image, whatever may be that in the phone storage or storing a data in an SQLite database. These two things I want to show you. If time permits me, after doing a fifth model, definitely I will go with that particular two activities. If I make that two activities also, so it will be good enough. So another one left out according to me activity is the location based. So that's how you can insert a map in a layout while designing, and how navigations and all you can do using Google Maps and all. That I have not did in practical. Only theoretically we have discussed that particular thing, especially in a location based. If you're that I will leave one for you. At least you try doing that as an new thing which you have learned from that. These two activities I will try after completing this model 5. Definitely these two activities I will do there according to me with the practical knowledge have made you to explain the Android development not only for an exam. Exam, this theoretical concepts is enough. That PPTs, whatever I will give you that, and the notes about publishing and app APK deploying. That's enough, I think. But for especially your career, why activities and why Android Studio we have installed and we have did according to the syllabus. It's elective, it's not there, but you must understand, especially for a project. Yesterday I told you that in the fourth semester you are having a project. Nowadays the project means almost all, even yesterday I given an example that how a BMSC startup they have did. So like that, for your project, it should be helpful to have means you must have capable to download, means create your own apps according to your project requirement. So this is the objective behind my particular teach. Now coming back to the model 5 here, we'll start with model 5. Just I will stop sharing this and I will go with the PPT sharing. Yeah. No? Yeah, back here with the model 5. Actually, it's a 10 hours lecture is there. According to me, not a 10 hours is needed, just another some 7 to 8 hours is enough if I complete this particular to complete this particular model. Now coming to the iOS. iOS is an operating system which has been the privatized operating system which has been registered under the Apple. And especially it is there for an iPhone. They have did this particular iOS, not for a MacBooks and all. MacBooks and all Macintosh will be there. So that's our one registered operating system under again Apple again. Now we'll go in depth, means not like very coding level we'll go for us, only some theory. You must know, yes, using these are the components or these are the interfaces using that we can also develop an app for an iOS. So that you must know as an developers. So because of that, this particular unit is there for you. Just I'll 1 minute. Yeah, iPhone, crazy. Now, the first iPhone was revealed at the Mac World Conference in early January 2007 and later released in June of that year. Initially, third-party native applications were not allowed. So the first iPhone means revealed actually in a Mac World Conference. You can see the year in not so older one. That is 2007. From that particular year onwards, iPhone has been started. As of February 2012, the Apple App Store contained more than 7,25,700 applications, which have collectively been downloaded more than 25 billion times. Means a new Apple Store has been introduced, especially for an iPhones, which has been there here. So initially, third-party native applications were not allowed. That is, any of the Android applications, apart from Apple registered, that will call it as a third party. So that the third party applications are not allowed in this particular phones in beginning. But what happened, if they can't do like that, means WhatsApp will become a third party, Facebook will become a third party, Twitter will become a third party. Like this, many applications are becoming dominant in years from 2007 to 12. When you go back and when you analyze the situation of this particular things in the previous days and all, whenever we'll talk about in a Facebook, we should log in a system, and then I should open a Facebook user ID and password I should give. Only in a laptops like that systems we can open a Facebook. That one era is there. So coming on the days now, you can see how, especially these particular social network apps has been came into introduced, and now almost all usage of a Facebook and a WhatsApp, Twitter will be there in a mobile rather than in other desktop systems. So because of that, what Apple has did, Apple has created its own app store, and more than 7,25,700 applications, which has collectively been downloaded, more than 25 billion has been introduced. In May 2010, 59% of all mobile web data consumption in the US came from iPhones. The iPhone was a game changer, a personal organizer, or a gaming platform, web browser, and a phone all in one small package they have introduced. That's why you can see in Western countries now also the Apple is one of the leading one of the mobile phone in Western countries, rather than if you compare it with the Eastern countries. Not in that fact we are going to use an Apple or an iPhones here, but in the Western countries, even the 80% of the market has been taken up by this particular iPhones because of its features, which is supporting in a personal organizer, gaming platforms, web browsers, even for phone calls has been used. In November 1920, the Apple App Store has 2.2 million apps available for download. There are 2.8 million apps available for download on the Google Play Store also. So means in Google Play Store 2.8 million apps is there, and almost all in iOS it's there 2.2 million apps. That means almost all both are become equal. Means almost all apps whatever there in the Android will also be there in now the Apple App Store also. That is a justification what I'm going to give here. And iPhone was released that smartphone manufacturers realized, just a minute. Yeah. Yeah, iPhone realized that smartphone manufacturers realized the importance of all of this, which is being combined to provide a great mobile development platform. Always on the internet, means once the smartphones has been came, and usage of that it has been more, automatically iPhone also been came with a smartphone, so it released very important features in it, that is always on the internet. Yeah, our mobiles how it will be there today, always will switch on the internet. And location aware means location awareness means whenever we'll go on down, automatically the location will be fetched from our particular phone. So orientation aware, that is urban phone apps will be there, means orientation about that particular place and all. That's like something maybe there in iPhone. I've never used the iPhone practically. I don't know about an iPhone. Whatever features I have studied in Google and whatever I have Googled it, that I'm representing to you. Innovative input, multi-finger inputs will also be considered in an iPhone, and high quality scalable screen will be there. So that is power consciousness to an app developers. Even that sense is also there in an iPhone. Then Apple devices. We are going to discuss iPhone, iPod Touch, and iPad. Although each of these devices runs a versions of iOS, it's important to note that the older devices may not be able to run the latest version of the iOS. Once you keep in your mind. So if you are developing an app for a newer versions, your app has been developed, but the older versions cannot use that particular thing. So that is a one important thing which you must know. iPhone introduced in the year 2007, as we know already. From 2007 to December 2011, we are having a data only until 11. 5 devices has been released according to the textbook, but you can see now at now this stage also the iPhone I think 13X has been introduced, maybe I think recently, with a cost of 1,35,000 with a lot of features in it. But according to the textbook, 2007 to December 2011, 5 devices has been released. It's important to understand that close relationship between iOS hardware and the software, meaning not all versions of iOS will run on all iOS hardware. That is, iOS, how it is the operating system, it is always meant with an hardware of the versions what it is being used. Means iOS of one particular version of an hardware cannot be fitted to another versions. That we must know. As device hardware becomes dated, Apple stops releasing iOS updates for that particular device. Now, current iOS, iPad OS versions, you can see here, just I got on information through an internet, you can see how the different versions are there here, and what is the latest 14.3 beta 2 version is there, which has been built at 64-bit ARM. It's based on that particular architecture. November 5, 2020, it has been released, and November 17, 2020. Now iPad, it's their iPhone 5s 6. So sixth generation it has been there. Now it's crossed already 10, 12, 13 generation is going to be released nowadays, means in coming years. But from the net until the latest architecture, which you can take, is 14.3 beta 2. So that is a one version of an iOS which is there in 5s on an S6s, and you can go further. Sorry, with this particular. Yeah, now iPhone 4s, the version 5 will be there for this shipped iOS version. Max iOS version is iOS 4.2, and it's ended in 3G itself. So once it comes to 4S, this device was built on iPhone technology, looked identical to the iPhone and used the same 480 into 380 multi-touch screen, but it was not a phone. So iPod Touch. So that details is there here. Now, this was a great option for consumers who wanted the iPhone experience but did not want to pay the fees for a cell phone contract. Therefore, they gone with an iPod. So all features will be there. That is, you can use an even for an internet and all. You can use connecting to the Wi-Fi through hotspot like that. You can connect and iPod. You can use internet also in that. You can store songs. You can play games. Yeah, a number of things you can do except the cell phone contracts, whatever will be there. Because of its lack of cellular connectivity, this device could access the internet only through a wireless internet connection. Yes, I told you that you can connect only through the Wi-Fi. And you can see how the generations of iPod is there. The fourth generation iOS 4.1, but maybe now the new generations will be there still. Now coming to next, the iPad. Just a minute. Yeah, introduced in January of 2010, the iPad was another revolutionary product from an Apple. When an iPad was first released, many argued it was just as big iPod Touch, which was partially true. You could purchase a cellular data plan so that the device would access data but not phone service. The same great UI, that means user interface, it has been taken the screen size of 1024 into 768, means somewhat a big one, but it has been taken into the considerations for iPad. Almost all its iPod features will be there in that. Almost all you can use cellular data also in that. The iPad is leading the way in the tablet computing. Almost all, like in a tablet, the iPad will be there and it will compute like that. Now the iPad 3 is a version which is the best version which is there with an iOS 5.1. Getting the tools you need, prerequisites to set up iOS development platform, what you need. That is very much important. So minimum things I have taken into the consideration here. So you need here, you can see it may be not in textbook, but as a developers, I want to tell you that if you want to develop an app for the iOS versions, what are the hardware you need is to develop an iPhone, iPod, and iPad applications. You must have a Mac. You miss MacBook, you must have as a laptop, which you know. The iPhone SDK runs only on a Mac OS X versions. And then the only sanctioned hardware for iPhone, iPod, and iPad development is an Intel-based Macintosh, which you have to use. MacBook, very clear I'm telling. MacBook Air pack ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಒಂದು ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಇದು ಡಿಫಾಲ್ಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ನೋ ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಲ್ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ in that particular thing. So HTTP, go to the store apple.com, use browse home and special deals with the Mac. So then automatically you can download the SDK what you need and all. Now, program levels. If you do not have an Apple developer account, you can create a free account at developer.apple.com. Account is must. Once if you purchase MacBook, almost all you have to do that. Otherwise, many tools in MacBook will not be supported. Definitely, you must have an account. You have to create that. Having the Apple developer account allows you to create iOS applications and run them locally on your machine using the iOS simulator. Yes, once the account is there, then automatically you can go for iOS applications. To deploy the applications you have created to a physical device, iPhone, iPad, iPod Touch. So you must belong to the iOS developer program. This is where money comes in. This programs and prices changes from time to time, so please use the following only as a guide and check the developer.apple.us. So you have to pay for this. This is the one problem always in iOS. Initially I had a MacBook, I sold it out. Why? Because no, I'm the person, I will go with always some new softwares, means IoT, Arduino, IDEs, I want something hardware and all, I will connect and all. So MacBook is not so friendly for me when I had MacBook with me that each and every time it's asking me the money. It's there in the Apple Store. So if I want that from an Apple Store, again I have to pay the money for that. So same thing here, when you want to develop an app, especially for iOS based, you have to register and some initial registration amount you have to pay. Then iOS developer. This program level allows developers to distribute apps in the App Store as an individual, a sole proprietary, a company, an organization, a government entity, or an educational institution. So it depends how you are going to register in an app store of an Apple. Yes, individual. For our sake, I will think always about in our particular way. Yes, I will register as an individual. The cost for this program is $9.99 a year, and you are allowed to name 100 devices within your iOS developer account. Please check iOS website for the latest price details. When I have studied, when I got our information, it is of $99 per year. $99 around how much? If you ask me, it's around I can say just a minute. 99 into 72, 7,128. Illi main problem. Even ನಾನು ಸಹ ಮಾಡಿಸಿಲ್ಲ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್. ನಾನು ಆಂಡ್ರಾಯ್ಡ್ ಸ್ಟುಡಿಯೋನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಆಪ್ಸ್ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಐ ವರ್ಕ್ ಲಾಟ್ ಇನ್ ದಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಲ್. But for iOS, no. Why? Because paying this much of an amount, so that's the one big problem. Coming to next, iOS Developer Enterprise Program. This program level allows developers to develop proprietary apps for internal distribution within your company, organization, government entity, or education in a big size. You want to do as an enterprise programmer, means company like you want to make a startups and all, and you want to develop an iOS for that, especially for any organization, government like that, educational institutions. The cost for this program is $299 per year. Per year, that you have to keep it in mind. This level of the program will not only allow you to distribute apps through the App Store, but allows adapt distributions also if you want to devices in your organization. So there's a facility which is provided by an iOS Developer University program. So this program level allows the higher education institutions to create a teams of up to 200 developers that can develop iOS applications. This program level is free and allows for programmers to be tested on physical devices, but does not allow for adapt or app store deployment. So this year is the one which you can work it out as an university program. If you register as an academic person like that, so almost all you can create a teams of up to 200 developers and you can do for free. So that you can as a student if you register, so maybe that the chance is there to work. Then iOS provisioning portal. No matter which level of Apple developer program you registered for, you will have access to the iOS provisioning portal. Means you can go to that iOS portal. This is a section of the iOS Developer Center that allows you to create the files necessary to deploy development and distribution builds onto the physical devices. What are these IDs, app IDs, certificates, devices, number of devices used to deploy your app, provisioning files. That is, the provisioning profile combines the information about which app certificates can be installed on which devices and how the license everything will be taken into the consideration. Now, you can see this is the screenshot which I have taken from an Apple developer iOS provisioning portal, whatever is there. So from this particular portal, you can make the things ready with all, sorry. Just a minute. Yeah, so this is the one after taking permissions and all, then Xcode. Yeah, and the iOS Sdk. Xcode is the one where the IDE which we are going to use. To create a new iOS application, you will need to install both the Xcode IDE as well as the iOS Sdk. Also install development tools to develop applications what you may need. This Xcode is like your Android Studio IDE, how it will be there, like that it will be there. And for that, iOS Sdk also you have to install, which are the supporting packages for that particular thing. Yeah. Now, welcome to Xcode, how it runs. Create a new Xcode project. connect to a repository, learn about using an Xcode, go to Apple's developer portal. So it depends on how, I mean, starting new small applications with basic functionalities like that, what we have did and all. If you want to do, create a new Xcode project, you can go and starting building a new Mac, iPhone or iPod application from one of the included templates, which you can see and you can do further. Components of an iPhone SDK. The iPhone SDK includes a greater number of tools that help create iOS for an apps. These totals range from the debugging and profiling to the developing. First one is an Xcode. Xcode is Apple's integrated development environment IDE for creating an Objective-C applications. Xcode enables you to manage, author, and debug your Objective-C projects. Means C, like that we'll call it as an Objective-C. Codings will be there for that. Almost all you can just install, means installing a package, drag and drop that. Then Dashcode. Dashcode is an IDE that enables you to develop a web-based iPhone, iPad applications and dashboard widgets. iPhone Simulator. This tool provides a method to simulate an iPhone or iPad device on your Mac for use with the testing your iOS applications, what you have developed in Xcode and Dashcode, so that you can see and simulate. It means working simulation. So you can say with an iPhone simulator, everything will be default there. Don't worry about that. But the registering paying amount, that is very much important. The iOS human interface guidelines will also be there as an helping tool, which you can use that and you can work it out. So I will stop here for a sec, and later on we can go with the other things. So stop here. Just I will come back. Yeah. Now, what I want to tell you people is, you got invitations, everyone? You got invitations?
Yes, sir.
Others? Others?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So then, so I've given a time until 2nd of September, I think so, right? So within 2nd, everyone should send the synopsis. You can make your own groups, not on a problem. And you have to send in a project name. In a synopsis, this must be the title, and then abstract, introduction, conclusion. That's it. So these things you send us. So I will see whether it's a project, what you're going to do and all is worth or not. So like that. And I will tell you how you can do that pod project and what are the videos you have to see for that to develop that, and how where you will get a code and all. I'll tell you. Almost I'll go for a simple small projects. Don't go for a bigger one. Any doubts is there, you can ask me.
Sir, ಅದು ವರ್ಕ್ ಅಸೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ.
ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷ ಸೌಂಡ್ ಇಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಹೇಳಪ್ಪ.
ಸರ್ ಅದ ವರ್ಕ್ ಅಸೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಎಮಿಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ.
ಏನಪ್ಪ?
ಸರ್ ಅಸೈನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇದು ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಅಸೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ನಮಗೆ.
ಅಲ್ಲ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದೀನಲ್ವಾ?
ಸರ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಬರೀ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಸರ್. ಅದ್ರೊಳಗಡೆ ಯಾವ್ದು ನ್ಯೂ ಅಸೈನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಯಾವ್ದು ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಎಂಟಿ ಇದೆ.
ಬೇಡ, ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನೇನ್ ಹಾಕ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ, ನೀವು ಸಿನಾಪ್ಸಿಸ್ ಅಪ್ಲೋಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್.
ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ಲಿಲ್ವಾ? ನೀವು ಏನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ? ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ಸ್, ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ? ಇಲ್ವಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಈಗ ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಏನ್ ಫೈಲು ಹಾಕಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಐ ಗಿವನ್ ಎ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಷನ್. ಅಬ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಕಳಿಸಿ, so and so must be there in abstract. So now I think you can put that assignment, you can load the answers. ಲೋಡ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಆಗ್ತಿಲ್ವಾ? ಏನಾದ್ರು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಾ?
ಎಸ್ ಸರ್, ಬರೀ ಎಂಟಿ ಸ್ಲಾಟ್ ಇದೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಸರ್. ಅದು ಏನ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಷನ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ.
ಅಲ್ಲ, ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಷನ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈಗ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದೀನಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ, ನೀವು ಎಲ್ಲ ಬರೆದು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಸಿನಾಪ್ಸಿಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಔಟ್ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಒಂದು ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ ಕಾಪಿ ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಆ ಫೈಲ್ ನ PDF ಫೈಲ್ ನ ಅಪ್ಲೋಡ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಇದೆ ತಾನೆ?
ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಅಪ್ಲೋಡ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಏನಾದ್ರು ಒಂದು ಅಸೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಸರ್, ಸುಮ್ನೆ ಒಂದು ನೇಮ್ ಆದ್ರೂ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು.
ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಅಸೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲೇಬೇಕಾ ನಾನು? ಒಂದು ಫೈಲ್
ಸರ್ ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ ಡಾಕ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ ರಿಸೀವ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಇರಲ್ಲ ಸರ್.
ಸರ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಒಂದು ಇದೆ ಸರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಂತ, ಆದ್ರೆ ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಆಗಿ ಅದು ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್. ಆದ್ರೆ
ಹೌದಾ?
ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ,
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್. ಅದು ಅಪ್ಲೋಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಇಡೀ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಗೆ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ಅದು.
ಸಿಗ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಹಲೋ,
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್. ಸ್ಪ್ಯಾಮ್
ಏನಾದ್ರು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಆಗುತ್ತಾ?
ಹಾ
ಅಲ್ಲ
ಸರ್.
ಈಗ ನೀವ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ನಿಮ್ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರಿಗೂ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತನಾ?
ಸರ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಅದು. ಲೈಕ್ ಕ್ರೌಡ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್, ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ಸ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ.
ಸರ್ ಆಮೇಲೆ ನೀವು ಹುಡುಕ್ಬೇಕು ಸರ್ ಯಾರು ಹಾಕಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಯಾರು ಹಾಕಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ಅಸೈನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಯಾರು ಸಬ್ಮಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ.
ಓಕೆ ನೀನ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ನಾನು ಅಸೈನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ತರ ಕೆಲವು ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅದನ್ನ ಅಪ್ಲೋಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಸರಿ ಬಿಡಿ, ಅಪ್ಲೋಡ್
ಡೆಡ್ ಲೈನ್ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಅಂತ ಅಸೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಆಯ್ತು.
ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಒಂದ್ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಆ PDF ಫೈಲ್ ನ ಇದ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಆಯ್ತಾ?
ಹಾ ಸರ್.
ಅದೇ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಸರ್? ಸೇಮ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡಿ ಸರ್.
ಸರಿಯಪ್ಪ, ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹಾಕ್ತೀನಿ. ನೋಡಿ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಹೊಸಾದ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾ ಈಗ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದಾ?
ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಸರ್.
ಸರಿ, ನಾನು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕಳಿಸ್ತೀನಿ, ನೋಡೋಣ. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಈಗ ಬೇರೆದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೀನಿ, ನಾನು ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಸೆಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೀನಿ, ಇಲ್ಲ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ. ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಬಿಡಿ, ನಾನು ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಕಳಿಸ್ಕೊಡಕ್ಕೆ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಸರಿನಾ?
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್.
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್.
ಇನ್ನೇನಾದ್ರೂ ಡೌಟ್ಸ್ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರ ಏನ್ ಆಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಏನು ಅಂತ?
ಸರ್ ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಸಣ್ಣ ಪುಟ್ಟ ಗೇಮ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋತಾನೆ ಸರ್?
ಮಾಡಿ, ತಪ್ಪೇನಿಲ್ಲ, ಮಾಡಿ. ಬಟ್ ನನ್ಗೆ ಏನ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾ, ನೀವು ಏನ್ ಫೀಚರ್ಸ್ ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ನನ್ಗೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ ಲೇಔಟ್ ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸ್ತೀರಾ, ಏನೇನು ಕಾಂಪೋನೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದೀರಾ. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ, ಇವ್ರು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಾಂಪೋನೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಕೆಲವರು ಸರ್ ನಾವು ಲೊಕೇಶನ್ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಸರ್ ಅನ್ಬೋದು, ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ನ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ಮಾಡೋದು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಸರ್ ಅನ್ಬೋದು. ಇಟ್ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ಸ್, ಮಾಡಿ, ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ನನಗೆ ನೀವು ಯಾವ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ವರೆಗೂ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಟು ಫೋರ್ತ್ ಮಾಡೆಲ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಮಚ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್, ವಿಚ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ಯುವರ್ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಫರ್ದರ್. ಇನ್ನೇನಾದ್ರೂ ಡೌಟ್ಸ್ ಇದೆಯಾ?
Sir. So how about weather app? So weather reporting app.
Yeah, very good. Good thing. Where there you will use location, everything.
Yes, about calling an API.
Yeah, just you have to go with the Google package there and you have to try for that. You can do weather reporting app. Good.
Yes, sir.
Anybody having any other doubts? ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರ ಆಂಡ್ರಾಯ್ಡ್ ಸ್ಟುಡಿಯೋ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ? ಹೌ ಮೆನಿ ಆಫ್ ಯು ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಲ್ಡ್ ಅಟ್ ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಆಂಡ್ರಾಯ್ಡ್ ಸ್ಟುಡಿಯೋ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ನೌ?
Yes, sir.
Sushmita, Soumya, good. Many are there. I thought you are not at all installed. Good. See, these things are very much important. Now, say, what is my intention here? Now, in this particular subject, whatever small things I'm telling now, holding that, you have to go for a big things. ಅದೇನೋ ಅಂತಾರಲ್ಲ, ಬೆರಳು ತೋರಿಸಿದ್ರೆ ಅಸ್ತಾನ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ದಾರಿ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಸೊ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಗೋ ಅಂಡ್ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಲರ್ನ್ ಮೋರ್ ಆನ್ ದಿಸ್. ನೀವು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡಿ ಆಪ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಯು ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಇನ್ ಫರ್ದರ್. ಮಿಕ್ದವರು ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಲ್ ಮಾಡದಿರೋರು ಮಾಡಿಯಪ್ಪ, ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಸುಷ್ಮಿತಾ, ಯು, ಸಾಯಿ ಕುಮಾರ್ ಇವರೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ. ಮನೇಶ್, ಭಾನು
ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಸರ್.
ಮಾಡಿದ್ಯಾ? ರೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್?
ಡೌನ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ ಸರ್.
ಹೌದಾ? ಸರಿ ಮಾಡಿ.
ನಾನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ.
ಮಾಡಿದ್ಯಾ? ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್. ಅಲ್ಲ, ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ನೀವು ಸಣ್ಣ ಪುಟ್ಟ ಆಪ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಿರ್ಬೇಕಿತ್ತು ನೀವು. ಕೆಲವರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮಾಡಿ. ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ನಾಟ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಫಾರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಒನ್, ಅಗೇನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಅಗೇನ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಟೆಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್. ಇವಾಗ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ. ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಏನೋ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತೀರಾ ಫೋರ್ತ್ ಸೆಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ಅವಾಗ ಒಂದು ಸಣ್ಣ ಆಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂದಾಗ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಧೈರ್ಯ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅವಾಗ. ಬಿಡಪ್ಪ ಕಲ್ತಿದೀವಿ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ಸ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ ತೋರಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಯಾಕೆ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು, ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಜಾನ್ ಇದಾವೆ, ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಟ್ರೈ ಅಂತ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಡೂ. ನಿಮ್ ಒಳ್ಳೇದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ ನಾನು ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಓಕೆ, ನಾನು ಏನು ಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ಅಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು ವಿಡಿಯೋ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವಿಡಿಯೋಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಒಂದೊಂದಾಗಿ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ನೋಡಿ SMS ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾಗ್ಲಿ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅದು ಯಾವುದು ಬೇರೆದು ಕರೆನ್ಸಿ ಕನ್ವರ್ಷನ್ ಆಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾಗ್ಲಿ, ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ನಾನು ವಿಡಿಯೋಸ್ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅವ್ರ ವಿಡಿಯೋನಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳೋ ಕೋಡ್ನ ಫೋಟೋಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಆ ಕೋಡ್ನ ನಾನು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅನಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹಾಕಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು. ಸೊ ಎನಿಬಡಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಡೂ ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್. ಸೊ ನಾನೇ ಮಾಡಿದೆ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನೀವು ಇನ್ನೂ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಅಂತ ನನ್ನ ಉದ್ದೇಶ. ಸೊ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ಡೂ ಎ ಬೆಟರ್ ಆಪ್ಸ್. Okay. Okay, I will end here.
Thank you.
Stop the recording.
So attendance